Hello, everyone, and great to good people. Great. Last time I talked about how our leaders helped enslaved us, and I promised I was going to make part two. And that time I talked about how our leaders sold us into slavery and how currently they are selling our natural resources to foreign companies at the expense of the people. So today, the part two, we continue with how they help us, how they help enslave us. And I'm going to focus on education today. So I would like you to watch this Chinese video, this Chinese student at school, and after that I will talk to you about it. Okay, so after watching this video, what comes to your mind? Now, let's begin to analyze. These children, after the primary school, after secondary school, would they go about looking for job? Would they go about begging? Would they go about crying that there is no job for them? I think it's impossible because after primary school, they've been equipped with skills, the necessary skills that is needed for them to function effectively in this world. And that is what is lacking in the kind of education that we have in this part of the world. So have you wondered why our graduates after graduation they feel empty and they feel helpless? Have you wondered why 99 of our graduates are looking for job? 99% of them, they're everywhere searching for jobs and there is no job for them. You see, our education is all about chewing and pouring out what the lecturer or teachers taught you. You see, chew it, pour it to them, and then you pass and go. There is nothing practical that try to ignite or to boost our creative intelligence because that is very important. Your creative intelligence is very important. When things is touched, when you are touched creatively, it touches the creative part of you if practical things are being done, and before you know you are beginning to develop skills, you are beginning to it's beginning to dawn on you, you are beginning to identify those creativities that is in you. You see, we've been greatly deceived by learning English and French. You see, you think when you can speak good English that you've acquired education. You just went to study someone's language and it has nothing to do with your creative intelligence. People just speaking good English. It has nothing. Look, all these developed countries you see, both from the Asia to the Western world, they learn in their own language. They don't even study your own language because education, when it connects with your mother tongue, your dialect, your level of assimilation is very high. So because your level of assimilation is very high, that is why you see them, they are making impact. But our own, we study English and then French, and at the end of the day, we only end up speaking good English. And look, guess what? Professors looking for job, PhD holders looking for job, master's degree holder looking for job, graduates looking for. Everybody is just looking for job. No one is trying to create the jobs. So it shows that something is fundamentally wrong with us. It's wrong with our education. Everything is wrong. We are still following the colonial masters, this curriculum where you were just taught how to know how to respond to your master, how to serve your master, servitude life. That is the kind of educational system that is still in place, in our schools. You see, so studying in foreign language or studying foreign language is not enough. We can do that so we can be able to communicate with the world. But the kind of education that we need to grow should revolve around our mother tongue, which is our native languages. It should revolve around our environment. It should revolve around our own culture, our own tradition. Look, how many of us from the oil producing area know how to drill oil? How many of us know how to mine gold? How many of us know how to mine all the mineral resources we have? But you see, someone from China, someone from the Western world, they know these things. So why don't we know? And we have it in our environment. So something is wrong. Something is wrong. So how many of these people study in our own languages? None. They all study in their languages, and they all study, around whatever thing that is flows around them. They study these things. And that is what gives them that strength and that competitive advantage over us. Because they study in their own languages, they are able to assimilate, they are able to know what to do, and they understand this thing very well without you trying to get the meaning in English. You see, there's a whole lot of stuff that we have to pass by before you know something. English is one of the barriers that we have from the Anglophone part of the world. English, you must understand this thing in English before you're able to interpret it for your understanding. And that is a whole lot. So the best kind of education is the one that when you come out, you'll be able to acquire skill that you will now employ people instead of seeking for employment. Because those children you saw in the video, they can never beg. They will never beg. They won't go seeking for job. They won't do that. They won't do that. And now let me tell you, you see, how our leaders, how they help to enslave us again in education is this. They send their children abroad to acquire the best kind of education. And then if the system we are in is good, why should they send their children abroad? So they're not fit to lead us. Because if your children cannot attend the school in your nation and you send them abroad because yours is not good, then you are not fit to be a leader. How many Western world or Asian world leaders you see send their children abroad to go and study? They all study in their country because they know the kind of education they have in their country. But our own, we send them abroad because we know it is the one we have at home is a trap. So when you have a trap at home and you are the same people leading your people, then you help to enslave your people, and then you are not doing us well. So you are not fit to govern your people. You are not fit. You ought to resign. You ought not to be there because you are not fit. So, good people, this is what I'm talking about, and I keep saying it. We need to have our political autonomy so that we can draft our own educational system where we can study in our local languages, and at the end of the day, we will be able to study what is in our environment in addition to what is in other people's environment, so that we can have the holistic kind of education so that our people will not be trapped in the system we are in Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless you.